Hi, my name is Jenna Paulette, and you're watching The Bubble.
Say you never seen me here before. Honey, I've heard that one before. And you lost your breath when I walked through the door. You couldn't wait, I don't know my name. But I feel
So for me, this whole thing got started at a very young age. I always loved singing. Country music was always on in our house. And my mom and dad would hear me singing in the back seat along to Dixie Chicks or George Strait or whatever, and they would turn down the music kind of mid-song and see if I would come in right where the music was when they turned it back up, and always did. And they were like, you know what, maybe there's something to this. And my family has a ranch on the Oklahoma-Texas line, and I would be singing Wide Open Spaces and Cowboy Take Me Away and any George Strait song I could think of in the middle of a pasture waiting for my grandfather to bring our cattle around. And I just remember feeling like this music makes me feel for all the things that I love, and I want to be able to help other people feel the good things I'm feeling right now.
Now on your website it says, AKA the coolest girl in the world. How did we get to the coolest girl in the world?
So I guess that came from, you know, country music kind of makes me feel like the coolest girl in the world. I remember getting mixtapes from boyfriends growing up, or playlists from guys that when I listened through them, I was like, oh my gosh, somebody feels this way about me. And the song Coolest Girl in the World, which you can hear on Spotify on my channel, is about that. It's about the fact that music can make you feel like the coolest girl in the world, especially when you're hearing a song and you're like, dang, like somebody sent me that song and that's how they feel about me. And they found some little nugget of truth in there that they relate to me. And I just think music's a powerful thing. It can make you feel awesome walking into a room. I know when I hear 90s or 80s Mercedes of Mary Morris's just walking into a room, I'm like, you know, hard to get starlit, you know? Those lyrics just make you feel like you can do anything.
it ain't wrong, but it ain't right. Another week, another 1,000 miles, wearing on that truck in my heart. I bet you got that radio playing. Marina Del Rey has got you wishing you were in my arms right now. So when you're rolling in Midnight Cowboy.
So Midnight Cowboy, for me, I was actually going to shoot the video for F-150 in West Texas, which is a love of mine. I just love the way it looks out there. Know a bunch of cowboys and ranchers out there, and it just kind of has a piece of my heart. I was flying into El Paso to drive down to the Marfa area, Big Bend area, and for some reason on airplanes I get good song ideas, and maybe it's just because I'm not distracted by all the million things that I have to do. I'm just kind of like up there, and it's creative for me. But Midnight Cowboy, the title, just kind of popped into my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, that could be such a cool song, when I wanted to make sure it wasn't cheesy. So I got together with two of my buddies, Mark Trussell and Will Bundy, and just said, hey, I got this idea, Midnight Cowboy. I kind of had a chorus idea when I walked in, but it ended up being so much cooler than what I walked in with, because the guys were like, well, how do we make it hands-on and approachable and real? And I can't remember who said it, but the hook is when you roll in at Midnight Cowboy, and kind of talking about the love song that can be for somebody who's not there all the time, whether they're in the rodeo or they drive a truck, or they're just away on business Monday to Friday. And it's the idea of somebody that's working hard throughout the whole week and they're only really home for one day, and you hate it when they go, but you love it when they're there, and you're kind of living for those hours that you're going to get them out of the week. And it's just a love song for the person that's at home. And I remember getting the demo back from Mark and being like, oh my gosh, this is special. This is a very me song as an artist, and I think it very much represents the world that I came from, which is the Western world, but it does it in a really modern way that can be more relatable, not just for the cowboys and people that came from that lifestyle, but for anybody. But for anybody that just misses somebody all the time. Hi, my name is Jenna Paulette, and you've just been buzzed.